Salut à tous, ici Ovid de Séduction au Québec. Aujourd'hui, on va regarder une vidéo de Abba et Preach. Donc, spécialement, je vais faire la vidéo. Je vais enregistrer la voix en anglais. Écoutons ce qu'ils sont en train de dire.
For a month, and all of a sudden he's going to be your boyfriend. So here's why he should be your boyfriend in a month. And now I don't mean that you guys are still in the talking stage and you're in the talking stage for a month and all of a sudden he's going to be your boyfriend. But to that point, you should also not be in a talking stage for longer than a week, 2 at most.
Can we pause that shit? Yeah. Okay, that shit. Here's why she should fuck with you within 3 days or dumb that bitch. Okay, same thing. Same.
Okay, what is Preach telling? First, what is the audience of the girl we saw? What is her audience? What the people this video of her is targeting? What is her target? Her target is people who want to be in a relationship in 1 month. Like sometimes there are people who want to have sex the quickest. This video target girls who want to be in a relationship in 1 month. So how to do it, how to be in a relationship in 1 month? You have to find somebody who want to be in a relationship in 1 month. That's all. I want to be in a relationship in 1 month. Do you want the same thing? Do you want to be in a relationship in 1 month, in a 1 month period? Do you want to get to know me and in 1 month you decide if you want to be in a relationship with me or not? It's the same thing we do in recruiting. If you want to recruit people for your company, you recruit people and there is a time you want them, you want to see are they the best fit for the job. Here what I want, for example, for this, here what the company want. They want somebody who will be on time and who will be consistent. They want those two things. So they want to know if you are the two things they are looking for. Imagine I apply for the company. I'm like, yeah, you are looking for this. I want the same thing. So in a one month period, I will look into you to know if you are responding to the specification of the job. Are you on time every day? Are you consistent in your behavior? In 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, if you are exactly what I'm looking for and I'm exactly what you're looking for, so we get together. We be boyfriend, girlfriend. We start our relationship. Maybe Preach. I don't know what Preach is saying here. He say, I don't know who is his target. Who is this video for? He say we are not allowed to do it, so you cannot do it. I don't know what he's talking about exactly.
Can we pause that shit? Yeah. Okay, that shit. Here's why she should fuck with you within 3 days or dumb that bitch. Okay, same thing.
Imagine I want to go out and I want to have sex with somebody. If I meet someone and the person do not want to have sex with me right now, what do? The person do not want what I want. So I'm going to look for somebody who want what I want. It's like you go into a restaurant or in you go to shop something. You go in a shopping mall and you go to see somebody and you tell him I want some shoes, or Nikes or Adidas, and the person tell you no, we don't sell shoes here. What are you going to do? There's nothing else to do. You go to another shop. It's the same exact thing here. If you want to have a boyfriend in 1 month and you meet someone and the person do not want to be your boyfriend in 1 month, you go to look for somebody else who wants what you want. If you want to have sex today or in 3 days and you meet someone who do not want what you want, you go look for somebody who would want what you want. It's not about what is allowed, what is not allowed. It's about what I want and what the other person want. If he want the same thing as me, we are a good fit. If not, we are not a good fit.
Same. Don't put a threshold on nothing. We're not allowed to do it. Don't do it. All right? Fuck all this shit. It's the same energy. This is why if she doesn't shut the fuck up with your shit, okay?
What is the target of preach here? Who is he talking to? Maybe feminist? I don't really know. Let's continue.
And I know that not everyone meets online, so some things do take time to develop if you meet in person through mutual friends or a setup or through work. But from the time that you go out on a first date, that is where the countdown begins. From the time that you went out on a date with him and you guys kissed, he should be your boyfriend in a month.
Well, how about I want to take my time?
Okay, preach. Let's imagine Preach and this girl start dating, and Preach said, I want to take my time, I want more time. And the girl is like, I want I want somebody who wants me in a 1 month period, 1 month threshold. You have 1 month to decide if you want to be my boyfriend or not. And Preach said, imagine I want more time. If you want more time, we are not a good fit, you and me. The girl will tell him that. It's like when I want to have sex with a girl and she don't want it. We are not a good fit then. I want somebody who will want me as much as I want that person. I don't want somebody who will want me in 3 months or in 3 days. I want somebody who will want me right now. Are you that person? No. So we move on. I want somebody who will be my boyfriend in 1 month. Who want to be my boyfriend in 1 month? Who is looking for a girlfriend? Do you want a girlfriend in 1 month? No. So we are not a good fit. It's not deeper than that. Really simple.
Why? Yo, well, where's
Why? Because that's what I want. If you want to take your time, go find somebody who want to take that much time with you. If I want to get married, I will look for people who want to get married. You will ask, but why? Why do you want to get married? But that is what I want. I want a boyfriend in 1 month. Maybe we want something else. You want to get to know me for much more longer. I do not want that. So we are not a good fit. Like I said, it's like an employee. I want you to be on time. I want you to be consistent. No, but I want something else. I want to manage my time as I want. I want to come when I want. So we are not a good fit. You are not fitted for this position in my life. That's that's all.
for one person doesn't necessarily work for another person. You know, people ask me for advice. I cannot give you advice on your relationship. What's your secret? Bitch, it ain't no secret. Partially, I got lucky and whatever, I winged it. And if I get to another relationship, knock on wood, whatever. If I get into another relationship, you think I'm gonna do the same thing I didn't want? No, because they're not the same person. I'm gonna wing it.
Okay, what is Preach saying here? He said what works for somebody do not work for everybody. I see where he's coming from. I see what he's trying to say, but it is not. Uh, there is a mistake in what he's saying. If you want to get in a healthy relationship, there are there are boundaries, there are rules you have to follow. You have to be, for example, there is no physical abuse. If you want to get in a healthy relationship, you cannot be physically abusive. You do not let the other person be physically abusive towards you. Okay, that is universal. Everybody, if you want to have a healthy relationships, that have to be there. So there are advice you can give to people. Do you throw temper tantrums sometimes? Do you trust your partner? Those are general advice who can apply to any relationship, not just romantical. It can be marriage, it can be romantic, friendship, every relationship. Do you got my back? Will you be there when I will be on problems, when I will need you? Will you be there? Those are general characteristics of healthy relationships. We have to talk about it. And those advice can be given to anybody. If you go to couple therapy, they will give you those kind of advice. Learn to master your emotions. Learn how to communicate. Of course, I know everybody do not communicate the same, uh, do not use the same technique when they communicate, but there is a general rule. You will not scream on people. You will not stonewall somebody. You will explain what you're trying to say so the person can understand in their language. Maybe they don't speak exactly your language. You will explain, like when you're talking to somebody who would not really talk your language, you will explain really well for him to understand. Those kind of things. There are universals for a lot of kind of relationship, not just romantical. So you can give advice. Of course, preach got lucky. But if you are not lucky, you can learn to be in a healthy relationship even if you are not lucky. You can screen people. Is this person verbally abusive? Is this person physically abusive? Okay, if he's physically abusive, I will leave him. It's not the kind of relationship I'm looking for. If he's financially abusive, I will leave him. If he stonewalls, I will leave him because he do not know how to communicate. Those kind of advice we can give people.
What's your secret? Bitch, ain't no secret.
There are secrets. Of course, I know when people ask PewDiePie, how do you become so famous? He said, no, there's no secret. You just have to make good videos and all. No, there are secrets. We study it in marketing. If you want to be famous, there are certain things you have to do. If you want to be a pop star, there are certain things you have to do. And they did it with Taylor Swift, with Dua Lipa. Of course, if you do things randomly and you become famous, you will be like, oh, there's no secret. It's because you didn't study it enough that you are thinking that way. If you study how to be famous, you will know the secret. If you, like Dr. John Gottman, if you study couples, healthy couples and unhealthy couples long enough, you will see that there are things that healthy couples do and unhealthy couples don't do. Or there are things unhealthy couples do and healthy couples don't do. There are secrets, but if you don't study it, you cannot discover the secret. But I know what Preach is trying to say.
Relation for
I'ma wing it.
the reason why a lot of women get strung along by men for longer than a month, 3 months, 6 months, with no relationship title, is because you don't require much from him. Now, let me tell you something. When you require more from men, you end up in a relationship, and not only that, but you've proven to him that you have standards, and if they don't meet your standards, then you walk
No,
away.
you end up alone. You end up alone. Most girls I know that are standard, they end up alone. But a lot of people that have that when you say I got a lot of standards, they're not having a lot of standards. You're being difficult with a bunch of bullshit. You don't. Well,
No, no, there's a mistake here. What did I say in the beginning? This girl wants, she's targeting people who want to be in a relationship and who want to be in a relationship in a matter of 1 month. That is what I want. But what Preach is saying here is,
standard.
imagine that is what I want. That is my standard. I want to be in a relationship in a matter of 1 month. So if I meet somebody, I will make him pass through my screening system. First, imagine first, what are my boundaries? To make a relationship work, you have to have boundaries and you have to make them known to the other person. I don't want physical violence. Okay. What is the second thing I want? I want somebody consistent. Okay. So if I meet somebody, oh, and the third thing, what is the third thing I want? Third, I want somebody who want to be in a relationship with me in a matter of 1 month. Those are my uh, three things I want in my relationship. So when I meet somebody new, I make him pass through that screening system, through those three things. Is he consistent? Is he physically violent? Do we want a relationship with me in a matter of 1 month? Every new potential partner I meet, I will ask myself those three questions. Is he responding to my standards? I don't, of course, if I have a lot of standards, oh, you have to be 6 feet, you have to be good looking, you have to be a mannequin, you have to wear Louis Vuitton every day. Of course, it can be difficult to find that person. But if I have certain type of standards, like I want you to be consistent, I want you to be on time, I want respect, I don't want physical abuse or verbal abuse. So I will go and screen people through those lenses, and I have a high probability to find somebody who suits me than go randomly. Oh, I will date this person for I don't know how long and I'll be in confusion. I don't want to be confused. I want to be with somebody who want to be with me in by knowing me in just 1 month. Do you want that? You don't want that? Okay, we are not a good fit. We are not a good match. There's no problem. It's not that you are bad or that you are malicious. No, that is something I want. If you do not want the same thing, no shades, no grudge. We just go our different ways. It doesn't mean I'm stupid. It doesn't mean I have bad intentions. I just want what I want, and it's has nothing to do with somebody else.
they end up alone. But a lot of
And Preach is saying Cyril Malka, a psychiatrist from Denmark, said exactly that. There's a girl who was looking for somebody to marry. She's been married 3 times, and every time in her marriage, she do everything in the house, everything, laundry, wash, come to wash thing, to cook, everything in the house. And she go to the psychiatrist and she tell him, but I want somebody to help me. But if I say that to men, no man will want me. Nobody will want me if I say that I want some help when I'm cooking. If I say that I want some help when I'm with the kids. If I say that I want some help to maintain the house because I have a work, I have full-time work, and I have to come home and do all the work too. So it's too much for me. But if I tell a guy that I want him to help me, he will reject me. That is what the girl was thinking. It's not a good way to think. If you want something, go look for what you're looking for. Even if it's difficult to find it, to find somebody who will help you do the dishes, to cook, to take care of the kids. It will not be easy to find that person, but you can find him. Don't be ashamed that you will end up alone. No, you know what you want. Of course, what you want have to be realistic. I want respect. I want consistent. I want trustworthiness. I want somebody who will not physically abuse me. I want somebody who will help me do the maintain the house. Somebody who will help me cook, clean, do the dish, wash clothes. I want somebody who will help me do all of those things. Certain person think, if I have those standards, nobody will want me because nobody want to clean, nobody wants to cook. There are people who want to do that. You have to believe in it. Or if you think your standard may be too high, go ask a psychiatrist or a couple therapist. They will tell you if you want somebody to be good looking, to be a mannequin, to be somebody from Karl Lagerfeld. Of course, it's maybe a little bit unrealistic, but I don't know, maybe that is what you want, so go for it. Go on mannequin shows to find them. But if you want respect, you ask for respect. And if the person do not want to respect you, don't be afraid to be alone. Even if you are alone and you look for what you're looking for, you will eventually find it. I'm not saying it will be easy. I'm not saying it will be fast. But if you're looking for something, you will find it. Don't be afraid to be alone. I know, preach, I don't know who is his target here. No, he's not malicious. He's not saying this to make you afraid. If it's okay to have standards, it's okay to want certain things. If you want them, don't be ashamed of yourself. There are guys who want to have sex, but they are ashamed. They are like, no, if I tell her, she will reject me. She will say no, because girls do not like sex. Or if I tell her, no, I'm ashamed because it is not socially acceptable to want sex. If I want something, I go look for somebody who want the same thing as me. If the person do not want it, I move on to another person. Maybe that person want the same thing as me. I'm not saying it will be easy to find the person who want the same thing as I want, but it's possible. And you have to know where to look for that kind of person. Where to go look for that person. Where do I find a boyfriend? In what environment can I find people who want to be boyfriends in 1 month? And go look there. And what is my screening system? Am I just picking people who are good looking? Am I picking people who are just handsome, who are charismatic, who are just high energy? What kind of people am I uh, is my screening system eliminating? Okay, let's go.
People that have that when you say I got a lot of standards, they're not having a lot of standards. You're being difficult with a bunch of bullshit.
No, you can have standards and not be difficult. Of course, if you have high certain kind of standards, it may be difficult to find what you're looking for, but that is not being difficult.
You don't really, well, they end up in a relate. No, they end up alone. They end up lonely.
I'm not gonna lie. Any girl gives me an ultimatum or a timeline or a countdown, I'm walking away.
Okay, Abba, it's not a problem. I want somebody who will want to be my boyfriend in 30 days. You do not want it, walk away. I will walk my way to I will go find somebody who want to be my boyfriend in 30 days. It's not that difficult. We do not have to be in each other's lives. We do not have to be to make it a power struggle. Oh, it's an ultimatum. No, it's not an ultimatum. That is what I want. That is what I require. It's like I'm looking for somebody to do collocation. I want somebody to live with me. And I'm looking for somebody who will come here in 1 month, who want to live here in 1 month. Like the next month, you will be here. And I meet a lot of people, and I meet Abba, and he tell me, no, I don't want to be here in a matter of 1 month. I want to take my time, and I will say we are not a good match. I want somebody who will be here to pay rent with me in 1 month. That is what I'm looking for. It's not an ultimatum. I'm not forcing you to do it. If you do not want to move in with me in a matter of 1 month, you can go. I'm not forcing you to do it.
After 1 month, how many dates have you been on? What kind of relationship dynamic do you guys have? Are you guys seeing each other every day, every other day, once a week? How often are you talking? 1 month between certain couples can feel like a year. For other people, it could feel like 1 week. Because they always, it varies from person to person.
No, Abba, it do not vary from person to person. That is what I want. Me. I'm talking about me. I want that. I'm, like I said in the beginning, this woman is targeting, her target is people who want a boyfriend in a matter of 1 month. That's what they are looking for. So if you want to be with her, you have to want to be a boyfriend in a matter of 1 month. If you do not want it, everybody can move on.
So that's why if you're watching this at home, when you're listening to these rules, maybe there's some truth behind some of the ideas behind
It those are not rules. They are not rules. Maybe you can call them standards. I don't know. It's just today I think the problem is the wording of things. The wording, how you say it. It's not the concept himself that is making the problem here. It's the wording, like rules, ultimatums. Imagine it wasn't rules. Imagine it wasn't ultimatums. Maybe Abba would look at it differently. But because he gave them those harsh words, so he treated them harshly. Rules, ultimatums, I'm not in that. It's not what she's trying to say. Let's continue.
in that, like, yeah, you probably shouldn't be sleeping with somebody for 6 months, wanting a relationship, and they're not giving you any of that reciprocity. That seems like a long timeline, but maybe that makes sense for you because there's something to be said about
Maybe. What do you do?
there's something to be said about living in a gray area where you want something and the other person's not there.
Yeah.
Okay, but you also have to understand it's a give and take.
No. Okay, I'll repeat. It's not a give and take. It is like commerce. I'm selling shoes for $10. You want shoes, so you give me $10 and you have the shoes. Simple. I want somebody who want to be my boyfriend in 30 days. You want to be my boyfriend in 30 days. Okay, cool. Let's be together. Simple. It's not long, short, high, low standard, high standard, rules, ultimatum. It's not all of that. It's really simple. That is what I want. It's not something somebody else wants. I want that.
You can't be so rigid about what you want without understanding where the other person's coming from.
You do not have to understand. The other person is not that important. You are looking for persons who are aligned on this, who are aligned with you, who have the values, who want to share the thing, who want to share with them. Imagine I'm looking for people to have sex with. That is what we share. Those people want to have sex with me, I want to have sex with them. Imagine I want to be somebody boyfriend in 30 days. That person want to be my girlfriend in 30 days. So we are aligned. It's not about, we are not in a relationship yet. It's not a matter of compromise and all of that thing yet. We have to be in a relationship to talk about compromise and all of that things and all of those things. When we are not in that situation, we do not have to compromise where the other person is coming from. I'm not saying there's no compromission when we first meet. Imagine uh, I'm a PMU, I'm a little enterprise, like little company. I'm looking for people to work full time, but I find somebody who want to work part time, and I have nobody. I will say, okay, I will take this, but I want somebody who will work full time. But when I will find that person who will work full time, maybe I will let this one go. That is a compromise, but we have to talk about it. But a lot of time people do not talk about it, or they say things that are contradictory, or they lie. Oh, I want to be your girlfriend, your boyfriend, and they have sex and he's gone. Or you say, I want to be your boyfriend, and come on, and he's not consistent. He do not respect his word. He do not respect you. Let's move on.
Because if you want that individual, you have to take their wants and their desires into consideration.
You do not have to take their wants and desire to consideration when you first meet them. When you first meet them, your boundaries, your standards, that is what counts the most. The other person does not count. You want people who want the same thing as you. If you find somebody who is verbally or physically abusive, you do not want that person. It's not about finding compromise. I will not compromise with somebody about my boundaries. I do not want physical violence. If the person wants to punch me in the face, there is no compromise to be held there. I do not want it. No compromise possible. If I want to be in a relationship in 30 days and the person do not want it, there's no compromise there. I do not want what you want. So we move on.
And be flexible. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, it's all about what I want.
this is my standard. You don't meet my standard, then you out. Whoa, chill.
Okay, imagine this. Abba is living in an apartment. When he came first in the apartment, they told him the rules. You cannot organize a party every day in this building. The sound cannot be higher than a certain decibel. You cannot be running on the floor every day because people live under you. You cannot be running, making the floor quick all day long. At night, you cannot put the radio at the certain decibel. You have to stay quiet. You have to respect the other residents. You cannot just go and scream on the corridor and or attack people who live there. There are rules, there are standards who are held when you want to live or in that building. And if you choose to live in that building, you have to follow those rules. What Abba wants do not matter. If he wants what the locataire wants, he can live there. But if he do not want that, he can move to another place. If he want to make a lot of noise, maybe this is not the best place for him. If you want to run every day on the cooking floor, maybe this is not the place for him. If you want to put the radio like at night really high volume, maybe this is not the place for him. The proprietor will uh, break his contract if he do that, if he does those things. It is not about what he wants. It's what the person who is giving him the apartment wants. Of course, you can say, yeah, I want something too. It's not a power struggle here. I want you to stay quiet, to be peaceful. If you do not want that, you cannot live here. There's no compromise in that.
You do know that there's two motherfuckers in a relationship, right?
No, you are you. The other person is himself. And everybody has his life. There are things I want, there are things you want. If what you want do not align with what I want, we do not be, we separate. We don't be together. We do not have to stay together. You can want what I want right now, but in a year, in 3 days, if you do not want what I want, we can move on, separate.
Right? Well, in a normal relationship.
What you
right?
talk about? Some people can be in relationships with themselves.
Sure, I married me.
Have a sensible conversation. I think it's fine to broach a topic like, hey, where do you see this going? Are we going to be moving this along, or is this going to be something you want to just kind of stay casual with? What are you feeling? Have a conversation. Don't set an ironclad rule.
And then
Let's look at ABBA face.
Stay casual with. What are you feeling? Have a conversation. Don't set an ironclad rule.
What is ABBA trying to say here? If I Is he saying like I cannot want a boyfriend in 30 days? Is it what he's trying to say here? If I want a boyfriend in 30 days, that is what I want. I don't want nothing else. Is that bad? Is that a bad thing? I'm a bad person for wanting a boyfriend in 30 days. Is that what he's trying to say here? If I tell people, here what I want somebody who want to be my girlfriend in 30 days. Is that bad? Is that ultimatum? Is that a rule? Even if it's an ultimatum, it's a rule. Does it make me a bad person? Is that not okay? When I say I want respect, uh I want respect in my relationship. I want to be with somebody who want to be with me in 30 days. Is that a bad thing? No, that is what I want. Of course, maybe we want something else. It's totally okay. We are not a good fit.
and then motherfuckers gonna be bitter. I had my 1 month threshold, and then he went with that other bitch, and then they did three weeks, and it was fine because it was a different motherfucker.
Yeah.
Some people,
Or she required that from him. Or maybe he just enjoyed the vibe with her a lot more than he did with you.
Okay. Hmm. I don't know what they are trying to say here. Some people become bitter. Why? If I have what I want, imagine I'm like, in 1 month, if you do not want to be my boyfriend, no, in the beginning, I will tell you, I want somebody to be my boyfriend. We can date for 1 month and then we decide if we want to be in each other's lives for longer. So if after 1 month, the partner do not want, it's okay. We do not have to fight about it. Even if he go and got in a relationship in 3 days with another person, it's okay. Even if that person is not me, it's okay. We do not have to fight about that thing. I will find somebody. By looking for somebody, you will find somebody who will want what you want. I'm not saying it's easy, but you will find that person. Don't be afraid to be alone. If you want somebody in 30 days, yeah, that is what I want. If the person do not want it, fine, I move on.
It happens.
See, men actually get into relationships with women who require more of them than women who just are doormats that will accept mixed signals, accept busted behavior, accept them being strung along with no title. And I know those women are going to say, well, I'm just patient. I'm just giving him grace. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to rush things. What you're actually doing is relaying to him that you're perfectly okay with giving him sex and doing things for him without requiring him to be your boyfriend.
You know what kills me about this is you can be dating somebody, right? And maybe y'all don't rush into a relationship, but y'all taking your time with it. And she says, well, if you're doing that, basically you're giving him sex and you're giving him things. It's like, don't you think it's reciprocal?
Aber some relationships are not reciprocal. There is unrequired love, there is unilateral relationship, there is one-sided relationship, lopsided relationship. There are a lot of relationships who are not reciprocal. Imagine you are a girl and you end up with a guy and he just have sex with you like 1 minute or 2 minutes of penetration and he came and then he just leave you there and you are not satisfied and you want more, but he do not want to give you more, or he said I cannot. Those kind of situations exist where somebody is not satisfied with what they are getting, even sexually. It's not all the time that everybody is fine with what is going on. Sometimes you want more and the other person don't want more, or sometimes you want cuddles or you want to kiss and the other person do not want those things. It happens. Not every relationship is reciprocal.
Well, do women not enjoy sex anymore? Is that not a thing? Is that no?
Maybe I enjoy certain things and my partner do not give me those things that I enjoy, or they give me a portion of those things, but not everything.
Are we not giving you sex? No? Okay. Are we not also doing other things? We're not going on dates. We're not enjoying our time together, getting to know each other, starting to actually care and build a bond with the other person.
Not everybody you will meet will build a bond with you, will care about you. There are a lot of relationships where people do not care about each other, and that shows up when there is a problem, when you want to move and the person is not there to help you, when you are in need of something, what is not necessary money, you are in need of a presence and the person is not there for you. You are struggling with something and you have nobody to talk to, even if you have somebody in your life. Or you get sick and you are in the hospital and nobody comes to see you, even if you have a boyfriend. It happens. A lot of unrequired love, a lot of people who do not know how to love the other person the way the other person want to be loved. That's why there's a lot of war in the, in the world, because people do not understand each other.
Is that not happening? No. We just fucking? Is that always what it is? Niggas is out here always fucking. They're not getting closer to you at all because there's no title, there's no bond being created.
Bro, it took me nothing but 15 seconds to snap.
But I'm just not, because I'm like, do they think we just walk through life like that? Like we just out here, will we taking folks out on dates and putting in time and putting in effort?
Not everybody will put effort, will put time, will be available. A lot of people are emotionally unavailable. Even with if you are with them, even if you said we are boyfriend girlfriend, it changed nothing.
Like, it's one thing if y'all just doing the friends with benefits. Come to my place, we banging. Come to your place, we banging. That's different. Y'all going out and doing stuff and spending time to get to know each other and all this other stuff. And maybe you meet their friends or whatever. Like, clearly, there's something else that's building there.
No. There's a saying, a lot of your friends are not really your friends. You know that? A lot of your friends are not really your friends. You go out every day, you hang out, you help them move, you do a lot of things together. Then, but the moment you will have a problem, the moment we will need them, they will disappear. There's a lot of toxic friendships, frenemies, friend enemies, friend enemies. Like you are friends but enemies at the same time. Like you are not really friends because that is not how the person is thinking about you. Maybe in your heart the person is your friend, but in the person's heart is not the same thing. Even if we said, oh, we are the best friend, maybe he can throw shades on you. He can do a lot of things. Will destroy maybe your career or like James Charles history with Tati, Charles and Tati. Somebody you consider to be your mom who want to destroy you. Even if you spend a lot of time together.
Even if it hasn't gone to the point of being a relationship where you guys are saying you're making that next level commitment. But anyways,
The truth is, you shouldn't even be sleeping with not your boyfriend, or it's not even going there at all.
hey, you know what? I'm gonna be generous today. I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna say this. Maybe that's true for you. Maybe you're somebody who, outside of a relationship, any kind of intimacy in that regards, makes you feel cheaper than lesser. That's on you to fix. There's not something wrong with everybody else.
Okay, maybe hear what she was trying to say. When a man and a woman have sex, you can have a kid. There's a baby who can come from that union. And a lot of times, babies come without you even noticing it. Like a Tinder date, you go to a place, you put a condom on, but there is a baby. You don't know what happened. It happens. So certain people say, if you are not feeling him like that, don't have sex with him because sex can cause babies. Sex can bring babies. I don't know, STDs, a lot of stuff. I'm not saying do not have sex with people you want to have sex with. No. But if you want to be in a relationship to have sex, it's totally fine. That is what you want. I want to get a boyfriend and then have sex with my boyfriend. That is what I want. Maybe not a lot of people want that, but that is what I want. I want to date somebody for 30 days and then be in a relationship with that person and then have sex. That is what I want. It's not an insult to other people. No, I'm not saying if I do that, what you're doing is bad because what I'm doing is good. It's not that here. This is something else. That is what I want. It it have nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with other people's choices.
It's not something wrong with other women. That's something that you're not capable of, and that's okay. But this whole thing of like withholding sex in order into a relationship. Well, then what if dudes were withholding relationships until?
Okay, this is not withholding. You are not withholding sex. It's like somebody come to work in your company. You say, I told him you are in probation right now. So if you do only one mistake, you will be kicked out. It's not an ultimatum. That is how I work my company. When you are in probation, you make one mistake, you're out. And when you finish the probation, you you get hired officially and we write the papers and all of that so we cannot kick you out without a good reason. That is how our company work. And I will tell you the correspondence with what Abba is saying.
Sex. in order into a relationship.
So Abba is saying withholding. I'm not withholding the post title, the you are hired. I'm not withholding that to say, oh, you have to do this, you have to do this for me to hire you. No, our company have a certain structure. You get 1 month of probation, and then you get officially hired. When you are on probation, we can kick you out at any moment without further discussions. That is how our company works. It's not that we are withholding the title of hired here. It works that way in Walmart or in Dollarama. It is not withholding. It is how our company works. You do not have to be okay with it. If you do not want to live like that, you want to be hired and you don't want to be kicked out for no reason in 1 month, you can choose another company to work for. But if you want to work with us, that is how we are working. That is how we are managing our business. When I'm looking for a boyfriend and I want somebody to be in my life in 30 days, we see each other for 30 days maybe, and then we choose if you want to be boyfriend, girlfriend or not. I'm like, I don't want to sleep with somebody who is not my boyfriend yet. That's what I want. It's not withholding sex. The person can say, okay, you want that, I want to have sex with my partner. I want somebody who want to have sex with me right now. You do not want it, so we move on. I will go look for somebody who want what I want. I'm not it's not an obligation. But when you say withholding, it's like I need it. You will withholding affection, but I need it. No, it's not withholding. I want certain things to give you this thing. Like you have to be my friend to a certain extent for me to make you come in my house. If you are not really my friend, you cannot come in my house. I'm not withholding the access to my house. No, I'm like, I don't know you really. I don't know you really good, so you cannot be in my house. I don't know you for now. You cannot be in my house. I'm not withholding the access. Let's move on.
Well, then what if dudes were withholding relationships until they get sex? Does that seem fair? Does that seem acceptable?
What is Haba trying to say here? Acceptable, fair. It's not about fairness or acceptability. I want what I want. You want what you want. Wanting what you want don't make you a bad person. Wanting what I want don't make me a good person or a bad person. I'm still a person. I'm not killing people. I'm not violating the law. There's nothing to be acceptable or not acceptable or fair.
And then you're never gonna meet because your shit never parallel. You inspire.
When you require, you inspire.
Inspire.
Listen.
Good way to.
No, she said something really interesting. When you require, you inspire. Which means when I require consistency, I inspire the person who want to be in my life to be consistent. Because that is what I want. To be in my life, you have to be consistent. So when I require that, I will inspire people who are consistent to be in my life, or people who are in my life to be consistent. I will inspire consistency because I require that. If you are not consistent, you cannot be in my life. That's what she's trying to say. When you require, you inspire. When I require people to be my boyfriend before having sex, I inspire that kind of people to come to me. People who want to be my boyfriend before having sex. It's like people like Christians. Certain Christians want to be married before having sex. That's their choice. They require marriage before having sex. So they inspire people who want the same thing to be with them. Is what she's trying to say here.
Weed out guys that aren't serious is by having these requirements. So they meet your standards, they call you every day, they're consistent, and when they drop the ball, you fire them. It takes a lot nowadays for women to fire guys when a long time ago, nowadays women are
firing everybody.
And that's just so wrong, and that's not how it's supposed to be.
With your standards, you're firing everybody.
Just so wrong, and that's not how it's supposed to be.
With your standards, you're firing everybody.
No. I said I want in my life people who are consistent. I said when I'm looking for a partner, I want somebody who is consistent. So by looking for people who are consistent, what you're trying to say, I'm not going to find nobody who will be consistent. Is that what you are trying to say? With your standards, you are firing everybody. No. When you search long enough, you will find people who want the same thing as you. I want somebody who wants to be my boyfriend in 30 days. You will find what you want by eliminating what you do not want. If somebody comes to you and is like, I don't want to be your boyfriend, so you tell him you cannot be in my life. When you meet somebody who is not consistent, he tell you, I can see you tomorrow at 6, and at 6 is like, no, I cannot be here. He's not consistent, so you get him out of your life. When you say I want people who will not uh, verbally abuse me, and you meet somebody who insults you and do a lot of really verbally abusive things, fuck you and all of that, you part ways with him because he is not meeting your standards. You require respect, and the person is not meeting that, so you cut him off your life. It's that simple. Even if you are alone, rather be alone at peace than be with people who bring to your life chaos.
At some point, if you fire everybody, you're not going to have someone in your company.
Don't be afraid to be alone. Don't be afraid to be alone. If the person is not what you want, get the person out of your life.
See what I did there? Company.
Back in the day, if somebody didn't call you back, you just moved on. What are you talking about?
Okay.
The only person in town that... So it's like, to me, it's like, what reality does she live in? That one was way better, right? What was it?
Worthy enough to be your
Kid from broken homes? That's the one?
you to decide if he's worthy enough to... He's supposed to be waiting on you to decide if he's worthy enough to be your boyfriend. Not whether you're good enough for him to decide that you're going to be his side, if he's worthy enough to be his girlfriend.
So if you get to decide and you haven't decided within a month, it's on you. Listen, this
I know why they are I know why they are pissed off. Right here, she's making a little bit of power struggle. She said, yeah, you are the prize. You have to be the one who decide. I don't think it's a bad thing to be the one who decide, but how do I say that? When you have requirements for the person, because we are humans, I said I want somebody who is consistent, somebody who will meet my needs for affection, for attention. That is what I need. And the other person want certain things too. Maybe you want sex, maybe you want something else. So we manage to meet each other's needs. It's not I do nothing and you do everything, or I dominate you. It's not about domination, it's about interdependence. I want shoes. Okay, I give you $10 and you give me the shoes. Perfect. We are good here. It's not about power. Yeah, I will choose if you want the shoes. No. I know what she's trying to say, okay? It's not that evil and that evil.
This actually
Gonna have that kind of reaction? Because I'll tell you why. She's a dating coach. She sells courses, just like Darren Jackson, just like Fresh and Fit, just like a bunch of people in these spaces. Their job is to tell their crowd that you're the prize. Why? Because if they tell you you're the prize, then they can embolden you and then feed you into their loop of like, well, this is why you're right, and this is why the other sex.
Okay. Abba is talking here about the intention of the person. It's like if you have to sell courses, if you have courses to sell, so you are targeting an audience and you want them to act a certain way, so you have to say certain things. But I don't think, okay, I will stop the conversation here. I think I was long enough, but this is not that important for what I was trying to say. The thing I was trying to say is, when you want something, go for it. I'm not saying it will be easy to find it. I'm not saying it will be easy to get it. But if you look for it, you will eventually find it. And don't be scared to be alone. If I want to sleep with somebody who is my boyfriend, that is what I want. I don't have to feel bad about it. I know I'm not saying Abba and Preach want you to feel bad about that thing. Here is not about them anymore. I'm just telling you. That's all for today. C'est tout pour aujourd'hui. C'était Ovid de Séduction au Québec. Prenez soin de vous. On reprendra des vidéos en français prochainement. Ciao.